What is going on, Mullen fans? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to give you a quick overview of things that you need to know, what is happening behind the scenes with Mullen and potentially where it might be going. Before I do, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. Without further ado, let's get right to it. So it is kind of going back and forth between red and green today. The broader market is in fact rallying, and on a technical stance, this looks very much negative. This is a little bit more optimistic, the fact that we are continuously holding some pretty good support. So once again, take that into consideration as well. Stochastic is currently at 5, which is mind-blowingly oversold. So this is where if there is some good PR that does come out, it can easily go up. And of course, some PR that might be coming out very, very soon. There's two pieces, one of which is associated to Work Truck Week. And I think in general, that might be the next big catalyst for both Mullen and Bollinger Motors, because of course both of them are going to be participating in this Work Truck Week. So I think that might be a very, very good thing. And outside of that, March the 6th is their delisting date. I would ideally like to see Mullen provide some PR in that regard to say that they did in fact get the NASDAQ extension, which of course based on their recent earnings, it's kind of insinuating that they did, but ideally like to have it concrete as far as some PR. But of course, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence at the end of the day. So when it comes to it, what is the data point saying today? So I will go over shorts and what they are doing. So short score is currently 71, utilization is 100%. And as far as this, shorts are increasing 4.55 million shares. And as I mentioned as well, you do see this, the teal line just completely right up. That is basically when I went over the 1 day chart right here, this. So they were trying to double down first thing to suppress Mullen, kill any momentum, because of course, when the market is rallying, there's 2 points that they really can kill the momentum: beginning of the day and the tail end. And of course, that's their common strategy. And unfortunately, it does typically work. So it kind of sucks in that regard. But once again, let me know your thoughts on that. 11.05% is a short interest, still on the threshold list. 162.1 million shares being shorted. Cost to borrow is going up a little bit, so that's a little bit more optimistic. But I think in general, shorts are trying to shake the tree as best as they can to get out the last minute kind of paper hands of retail. I personally feel if you're still holding at this stage in the game, most likely they know that you're not going to sell. So I think in general, they're giving it their last shot before the Work Truck Week, because like I said, I think that's going to be a very big thing. As far as what is happening with options activity, a huge amount of calls being purchased already, and the market's only been open about 30 minutes, give or take. So again, that's pretty good. Positive stuff. And as far as dark pool strangely enough has been silent ever since February the 17th. So there's been no big transactions over $100,000 on there. So of course that's a little bit more abnormal. So as you can even see, prior to that, it was almost every single day, multiple different transactions. But ever since the 17th, that's been very much abnormal. So I've been trying to really figure out why, but of course it just might be shorts doing a lot of smaller transactions. But outside of that, there is one transaction today, 110,000. So that is always a fairly positive sign. And this is on the secondary market, which of course is what typical retail investors do trade on. And as far as the sentiment is very much positive now. So I think that's a nice change of events over the last couple of weeks, especially as well, like I said, as what's been happening the last bit is just selling off. So it is fair to assume that the sentiment was going to be negative, but I think, like I said, with the Work Truck Week, and most likely this is actually going to be one of the first big catalysts for Mullen in roughly about 4 or 5 months. So I think this is in general a very positive thing. So people are starting to get behind Mullen. And when it comes to, I just wanted to show you this because I brought this up a couple times as well. The Morningstar report, the latest one for Mullen, did really cut their fair market value of Mullen considerably. It was previously 70 cents. Now it is at 44 cents. So once again, let me know your thoughts on that. As far as me looking at the report, I haven't really seen anything to cause it to go down as much as that, as obviously a 50 or 60% cut. But of course, as requested, I will go over this exact report most likely over the weekend. So I'll do a dedicated video on kind of the additional details behind the behind the scenes, if that makes sense. But I'll go over all the stuff you need to know. But generally speaking, I am very optimistic about where Mullen is right now. So I do anticipate it to trend up from here. So my own thoughts, of course. Let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. If you do like my Mullen content, want to support the channel, take a look at my memberships. Link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that said, appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Mullen.